Very good afternoon to all of you present. Today we are going to start with your string matching. In your yesterday's session, we did 01 knapsack, branch and bound. Was that clear to everyone? I hope it was clear to everyone and you don't need to see it again. Today what we are going to do is we are going to do string matching. We are starting with your unit number 8, string matching. Okay. So we will see the introduction. What is string matching? We will see what is knife string matching algorithm. Okay. What it is doing, how it is working. All right. And along with that, we will see Knuth-Morris-Pratt algorithm if the time is there. Okay. In this particular unit, you have total 4 topics to cover. One is your knife string matching. Another is your Rabin-Karp algorithm. Third is your string matching with finite automata. Now, this should not be a new word. You are studying it in TOEFL, I suppose, in the subject of TOEFL. Okay. So string matching with finite automata. So what we are going to do here is we are going to form some tuples. Okay. And those tuples we'll be using for string matching. All right. And the last one is Knuth-Morris-Pratt algorithm. Okay. So 4 topics in this unit. So if estimated correctly, no, it won't be a revision of TOEFL. But if I'm estimating it correctly, I'll be able to finish this unit on Wednesday. Okay. Okay. So starting with string matching. Okay. Yeah, chapter number 8. Just a minute. There's some query with the student. Okay. So see, this chapter is all about string matching. Now, let me first ask you, in your day-to-day life, have you ever done string matching? Where? Where? Checking the names. Okay. All right. So exactly where you are checking the names? That is what I'm asking. On the notice board, or you are matching it with okay, strcmp is again a programming thing. I'm talking about day-to-day life, not technical way. In day-to-day life, bank details is yes. Anything else? Result board, writing content, yes, Ravi, coming near. Writing content. In writing content, what do you do in the matching? See, everybody is aware with Control F in Word. Control F. If I press Control F, what will I get? If I press Control F, what will I get to do? What I'm doing exactly by pressing Control F in Word? Tell me. Searching, right? Find. It is not maybe, Sunny. You are doing find operation. It is not maybe. Control F means I'm supposed to find something. Now in that find box, You are asked one point, what text you want to find. So you will enter, let's say TC3. In the entire text where TC3 is coming up. Okay. So what it is doing, once you press enter, you will see there are around, let's say you will see one dialog box coming, 9 occurrences found. And when you press enter, 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 all those 9 occurrences will get highlighted. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
So what we are doing there? String matching. Okay, so string matching algorithm is normally used in text processing. Heard about the concept of NLP, natural language processing? What are we doing there in NLP? Ravi, if you have heard about it, do you have any idea what we do there in NLP? Converting the language, okay, that is one of the application. Then okay, that is one application. What about what next we are doing? In natural language processing, NLP, what basically we are doing is we are analyzing our language. Okay, and it is going to help your machine to understand the human language. All right, so there are some few steps which we are not going in the detail right now. Okay, but in that, one of the application of NLP is text analysis also. That how many times the word was got used in the entire text. Like for example, if I want to do NLP on our WhatsApp group or say Telegram group, all right, and I will do a search that how many times join the session was used, right? So I can get more than 100 occurrences of that in the entire chat. So what I'm doing string matching. Okay. And string matching for what purpose? For my text processing purpose. So basically in your any of your string matching algorithms, you will have in total two things with you. One, a text, okay, in which you have to do string matching. And another one, a pattern. Okay, the pattern which will be used for matching it with your text. Okay, if you want to understand this in a simple way, you are opening a word file. Okay, and in that word file you want to find that in this entire written word file it is written, it is not empty. Otherwise some of you will think that madam, if it is empty, then so it is a written work there. Okay, and you want to find out that how many times TC3 occurred. So you are giving a pattern TC3. Okay, and that entire word file is what your source in which you are going to find and match TC3. All right, so that is what string matching is. String matching algorithms are normally used in text processing, and text processing is done in compilation of the program. All right, so string matching means finding one or more occurrences of your string in the text, or you can say one or more occurrences of the pattern which you want to search in the text. All right, and this occurrence is known as your patterns. Clear so far, everyone, with the introduction part? Any questions you want to do to me? Okay, now this string matching algorithms, okay, there are various kinds of algorithms available to do the string matching, okay, of which we are going to see. Ravi, that is what I said, that we are not going deep in NLP. Okay, but NLP is used in analysis part. There are quite a few steps of doing text analysis in NLP. Okay, so there are various string matching algorithms, out of which we are going to see here those four of them. That is, the first one is the naive method. Okay, naive method. Second is Rabin-Karp method. Third is finite automata for string matching. Okay, so you will be forming some kind of a tuples, and those tuples will be doing the work for you for string matchings. Okay, we will see what is there in the tuple, what all things are to be included and all. All right. And the last one is your KMP algorithm, Knuth-Morris-Barth algorithm. All right, for the string matching. So let's start with the first one today, the Naive method. Okay. Now see, as the name suggests, it is accomplished by brute force comparison of each character in the pattern at each possible stage of the string. Now first tell me, what do you understand by brute force? What do you understand by brute force? This is not a new word. You must have heard it, brute force, somewhere. Correct. Using to find a key. Anywhere else? Where exactly we are finding the key, Ravi? In which subject? Subject name is fine. Yes, cyber attack. Okay, so what it is named here, it is following a little bit of the same concept. Okay, brute force comparison of each character in the pattern at each possible stage of the string. So for example, let's understand the statement. This is my text. All right, ABC, ABA, ABC. Okay, and I have a pattern AB double A. All right, then in the naive string matching algo, the matching will happen when the length are equal. Okay, so text length and pattern length will be equal first of all, and then the matching will be happen. So if I mark this text as with the index value 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, or if I mark this text with the index values as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, and pattern I am marking with index 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so if I start comparing, okay, A and A, they are matching. Okay, B and B, they are matching. C and A, not matching. So what you will do, you will move this text index by one character. Okay, so initially you started with ABCA. Okay, now as you got one mismatch here, C and A, so what you will do, you will now take text from BCAB. Okay, once again, starting of this string matching will start from text length and pattern length is equal then only. Okay, so you are going to measure their lengths. So 4 characters in the pattern, so 4 characters of the text will be taken. Okay, so 4 characters taken, A, B, C, A. Now you start matching the string. A and A, yes, they are match. B and B, yes, they are match. C and A does not match. So what you will do, you will move the cursor in this text array by one character. So that means here. Okay, and from here you will take the length again, length equivalent to your pattern. So 4, so BCAB. Now you will compare BCAB with ABAA. Understood? Yes or no, students? Did you guys get it? Okay. So see here. For my string round 1, that is S equal to 1. Okay. What is the text I'm taking? ABCA. Ravi, let me finish my example. What is the text it is taking? A, B, C, A. Okay. And what is the pattern? A, B, A, A. Okay. Now they are not matching. All right. So in the round 2, the text to be taken is B, C, A, B.
Ma'am.
Okay.
Excuse me, ma'am.
And they will get compared. Now see, B and A not matching. So what you will do, you will move one character ahead in your text. Okay. So in your round number 3, yes, Shekhar. Speak.
Ma'am, I'm saying that is the BB also to matching. Second number.
Visible?
Yes, ma'am. It's visible.
Okay. So coming to your round 3. Okay. Now, as here in your round 2, B and A did not match. So we move one character ahead in your text. So C, A, B, A. Okay. Again, C and A no match. Correct. So again, we will move by one character. So it will be A, B, A, A. Now in the fourth round, A, B, A, A. We found a match. So where exactly we are finding at? At location number 4. Okay. At location number 4, we are able to find a match from 4 onwards. Okay. I'm not saying that at index 4 only the match is there, but from 4 onwards, the index, okay, A, B, A, A, we are able to find out. All right. Now, once the match is found, okay, even if you go ahead, even if you go ahead here, all right, you don't have enough, you can say, length here to be compared now, because I found my match still here. Okay, so no need to do any other furthermore comparisons. Correct? So this particular B and C will also not get compared now, because first reason, lack of length. Second reason, I am getting the text here only. Okay, so I don't need to go further. All right. So what will be the algorithm looking like for this knife string matching? As an input parameter for the function, we are going to give a text T, okay, and pattern P. Okay, the text in which you want to find the pattern. All right, these are your input parameters. Next, what you are taking? The length of your text as well as the length of your pattern. See, I told you that for comparison, you are going to compare the length which is equal to your pattern. In the comparison of your text, you're going to take the length which is equal to your pattern, right? So here also, M and N values, what you are taking T dot length, M value you are taking P dot length. Okay. Everyone so far with me? Anyone who is lagging behind?
Yes, ma'am. We are with you.
Other students, the answer is also expected from you.
I think so.
Where I'm saying text equal to pattern. Ravi, where it is written text equal to pattern? We will find out whether there is a text which is equivalent to a pattern or not. I'm not directly saying that text is equal to pattern. Okay. Now for your given rounds S, okay, S is equals to 0 to n minus m. So whatever is the length of your text, okay, minus m, whatever is the length. All right. So n minus m. If the length of the pattern, okay, as many index of the pattern, okay, they are equivalent to your index of the text. So it will check index 1 of the pattern match, okay, index 2 of the pattern match, okay, index 3 of the pattern matches, all right. So if all of the indexes of your pattern P is matching with your text S, okay, that means the pattern match at location, you have to provide the location. All right, otherwise you will print pattern not found. Okay, and you will increment it one by one with this rounds of S. Initially S is 0, then it will be S of 1, then it will be S of 2, and you will do till when? Till you are at the end here, end of the text and end of the pattern, M value, N and M value. Okay, and this is the only algorithm that you need to remember, only this much in your naive string matching. Now if this is understood, this is the example that you have to solve right now. You have to tell me that in the main string which is shown here, okay, and the pattern given ABC, exactly at which index you find the similar match. Look at the string carefully and tell me. You have 1 or 2 minutes to find. Or you can even write it down if you are writing it. The string, I can dictate it for you. If you're writing, just listen to me. AB, triple A, B, C, D, double B, ABC, double D, EBC, and ABC. Okay, so in this entire string, where exactly the pattern ABC occurs? The index starts from 1. Ravi, 4, 5, 6, and I just want the starting index. From which location? Okay, 1 is from 5. Then where 6? Not 6. 6 is BCD. I'm asking just from which location the string matching starts. So 11, yes. And then any other location? 19, correct. Okay, so 5, 11 and the 19 are the locations from which your pattern gets matched. Okay. Now see one thing, if you have observed here in this particular example, I'll take you back. See, if I talk about this example, okay, the very first round, the text that is getting compared is what? A, B, C, A. Okay. And the pattern is A, B, A, A. So you are comparing this character once. Okay. Then you are comparing the character B. Then you are comparing character C. Now here, if as you got a mismatch, okay, so you are going one index ahead in your text. Now this B is getting compared again with this A. Okay, so that means that this character, the comparison is repeating. It has already been compared. Okay, so once it is compared, we don't need to compare it again. The reason is obviously it is going to be mismatched because now the index is increased by one character and it is very futile to again go and compare. Let's take one practical example. Suppose we all are traveling, okay, and in our travel point or say in our travel route, we have two checkpoints where our health checkup is being done. Okay, there are two checkpoints and our health checkup is to be done. Now if our health checkup, let's say the very popular these days in these times, the RT-PCR report, okay, or say the swab report. Now at checkpoint 1, if my swab report is getting negative, okay, is it fruitful to do again a swab report at checkpoint 2? Yes or no, students? No, right? Okay, if we do, then our time is wasted. Even if we know that it is going to be negative, okay, but still we are opting for a report, whether it is swab or an RT-PCR. Okay, but what is getting wasted here over time? So in the similar way, the machine is utilizing this time. It is an extra time that we are, giving the permission for the machine to use. Okay. As a result, it is affecting the efficiency of this particular search or say string matching, not search, string matching. So the next algorithm, okay, that is your Knuth-Morris-Pratt algorithm. Okay, it is trying to, cover this, you can say, drawback of naive algorithm, because in naive what you are doing again and again, you are comparing those characters which are already been compared. Okay, so there is no use of comparing them again and again. Okay, so what is this Knuth-Morris-Pratt algorithm telling you? Okay, it is developed by 3 scientists, and that's why the name Knuth-Morris-Pratt string matching algorithm. All right, and this particular algorithm says that from the pattern we will make prefix values and suffix values. Whatever are the prefix values and suffix values that are possible from the given pattern, that we will first record. So for example, if you can see here the pattern ABC DABC. Okay, ABC DABC is the pattern. Now how many possible prefix can I make? Now if you want to make prefix of this, okay, you have to start from the left side. Okay, so AB, ABC, ABCD, ABCDA, and so on. Okay, and if you want to record the suffix from this pattern, you have to start from the right hand side. Okay, that is C, BC, ABC, DABC, CDABC, and so on. Okay, and in these two things, in these two suffix and prefix, you have to find out that which character or say which string value was common. In this prefix and suffix, which one is common here? Can you identify? ABC. Correct? So this particular ABC value you will record in one table. Now what is the name of this table? This table name is also known as pi table. Okay, it is known as pi table, or it is known as LPS also, longest prefix, which is also a suffix. Okay, the longest prefix which is equal to your suffix, that particular value will be stored in your pi table. Okay, so what are we checking? In simple words, we need to check here in this algorithm that if any of my prefixes, okay, of the given string or of the given pattern, okay, whether we are getting any equivalent suffix values or not. Okay, if it is, then do a record entry in the pi table. If not, then just mark it as 0. Everybody understood till here? Okay. Let's take one small example. I'm not taking it right now, the table values. Okay, I'm just explaining you the how this, things are working here in this algorithm. Suppose this is the text. Okay, ABC, X, ABC, D, ABC, X, and so on. Okay, that's my text. And the pattern that I have to search in this text is what? ABC, D, ABC, Y. Okay. Now first, see, you are searching what? Mismatch from D. So ABC. Okay. Here also pattern ABC. But then when you come to D, okay, there is X there. Okay, so there is a mismatch. So check there any prefix which is also a suffix. So ABC you have to check. Is there any prefix here which is also the suffix for the same? Can you say any prefix and suffix are matching? Here in the highlighted portion. In the highlighted portion of the pattern. Okay, first let's do one thing. Go with the pattern ABCD, ABCY. Find out all the possible prefix and suffix. List down, all of you. Prefixes are A, AB, ABC, ABCD, ABCDA, ABCDAB, ABCD, and ABCY. Correct. And suffix? Correct. Anybody else with suffix? Suffix will start from right hand side. So Y, CY, ABCY, ABCY, DABCY. Now, do you find any of the string which is common prefix equal to suffix? In the suffix and the prefix that you found out, any of the string is matching?
A, B, C, D, Y.
A, B, C, D.
Y.
Correct. All of you write down the string which is matching in prefix and suffix. Everyone online. Sunny has already written, so Sunny, you don't need to write. Other students, write down the common one, prefix and suffix. That common sequence that you got. Correct. Now see, when you do the text and the pattern matching, okay, you are matching what? This pattern with the text. Understand here, everyone on the screen. You are matching this pattern, okay, with this text. Okay. Now you matched A, so you got a match. Then you matched B, so you got the match. You matched C, again you got the match. But at D, you find out that there is X in the text. So that means it is a mismatch. So you will see that before D, that is A, B, and C, is there any suffix present who is also with the value A, B, and C? No, there is no suffix. You see, in your suffix list, can you see just A, B, C? No, right? So if no matching is there, you have to start the comparison again with the point where we found out the mismatch. That means you have to start with X. Okay, see, I plus plus, again a miss here. From X you will find out the next one. Okay, again you will search. Now see, again here X and AB, A is a mismatch. Okay, you are not going to find out this B and C again. See, in the knife, what we were doing, if the mismatch was happening, we were starting from this character. All right. But here in Knut Morris Pat, we are not comparing this one again because we already know that there is a match in my pattern with this particular alphabet or character. Okay. So where we are starting our search now? From the character where the mismatch happened. So from X. Are you guys following? Why not from A, B, C? Like why not from B and why from X?
Yes, ma'am. We are following.
Okay. So here see again there is a mismatch. If you see here X and A, they are not getting matched. Okay. So from where you will start again? From this A. Okay. You are not starting here X now. So A, B, C, D, A, B. Now you see in the pattern it gets matched till this point. A, B, C, D, A, B. But at C, okay, at C, it is getting a mismatch with X. So here, what you are doing, you are going to look in your suffix and prefix again. Do you have an equivalent suffix to this particular matched string so far? You have to look in your suffix. Is there any prefix string which is having the value A, B, C, D, A, B? You will get it.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So as in it is written here, the pattern ABCDAB is going to match with the text from the pattern that we have in the prefix and suffix. Okay. So in the table you will enter. Now right now I'm not showing you the table, how to do that table entry and all. Okay. Right now it is just the example that I'm solving here is. So you will again continue. Again you will continue. All right. Till when? Till the last point here. Okay, till the text gets over. All right, where you are getting your exact pattern. Fine. So there will be the last, you will be telling that match is found. Now this can be known from your table also. Okay, but right now I'm not showing you the table. If in the examination, if you are supposed to write this, if you have to show this, okay, then how you can show that is I'm going to show you. And there is another example. Okay, now see, have a look here. This is your text. Okay, T, and this is your pattern. All right. Now, this 1, 2, 3, 4 are the index values of the pattern. All right. And above what you can see here, 1 to 15 is the index value of your text array. Both of them are arrays. Okay. Text array and pattern array. All right. Now, prefix A and B. Okay. What you will do is in the examination, wherever you find out, okay, that the pattern is matching. Okay. So wherever it is a match, okay, that value you will mark it as 1 and 2. 1, 2, 3. Wherever the match is happening, A match, so 1. B match, so 2. Okay, C matched, so 3. Wherever you are not getting the match, suppose here it is written A0, B0, D0. Okay, so what is this? That means when I was comparing this pattern with my text, okay, then at these index values, I did not get a match. So they are marked as 0, zeros, and zeros. Okay. A little bit, do you guys understand? I know maybe it might be difficult for you, but a little bit, is it clear? If you find a match, see, if you don't find a match with the text, okay, this is your pattern ABD. Okay, see, ABD, that's your pattern. Okay, when you're comparing it with your text above, all right, so what you will do, if the text character and your pattern character are same, okay, you write 1. Next character, okay, B and this B, they are also same, so you write 2. Okay, A and A, they are same, so you write 3. B and B, again they are same, so you write 4. But C and D, they are not same, so you write 0. Okay, so see here what I can make out, this particular here, what is this 0, 0, 1, 2, 0? Okay, that means here A did not get matched with the text character, B did not get matched with the text character. This A got matched, this B got matched, and this D again did not get matched with the text character. Did you guys follow? This I just wanted to write that how in the exam you are supposed to write. Okay, I will show you when we are forming the table and all. I will show you how you are supposed to write in the examination. Okay, this algorithm. Am I clear to all of you? Yes or no? Okay. We shall discuss. Yes. We shall discuss this further in your next week session. Okay, this is how the whole table is been formed. See, okay, that's your pi table, and that is how we are forming it. All right, along with mismatch and what is going in pi and all. All right, it is a complete example. I am very much sure that you will get it. And this is how you are supposed to write also in the exam, showing step by step everything. This was the easiest one, just to get you the concept, introduce you to the concept that how actually Knuth-Pratt, this Knuth-Morris is working. All right, KMP is working. And the thing that we are overcoming here is that in the knife base we are doing double comparisons, or you can say we are doing same comparisons for the characters. Here we are avoiding that. Okay. All right, I'll keep your session till here. A and B are not getting matched. It was just an example. There, the suffix string is C. A. This suffix string is just AB. Okay, and with respect to that, it is written 0, 0, 1, 2, 0. I have not written it with the respect to this pattern. Please don't get confused. Okay, I'll continue this with the example Knuth-Morris. Okay, KMP, and along with that, I will also take your Rabin-Karp or string matching with finite automata. Okay, any one of them I'll take. Okay, because we are almost now going to finish with the discussion of this. All right. So in the rest of the lecture session, we can take any of this algorithm. All right. And that's why I told you that by Wednesday, this particular unit will be over. It is a very small unit. All right. Thank you, students, for attending the session. Please write your enrollment numbers in the chat and you are free to leave.
Have a nice day, ma'am.